Hello and welcome to Star Wars Saturdays. Star Wars Saturdays is a tabletop role-playing game series that I've been running since December of 2017. I'm Rich. I go by the he/him pronouns. Star Wars Saturdays is a series that I've been running for the Gauntlet community, which is an online group of friends and aficionados and fans of small press, indie, and OSR tabletop role-playing games. And with Star Wars Saturdays, what I've done is every month, it's an anthology series, and every month I choose a different RPG system. And folks who are within the Gauntlet community or interested in that system or trying it out will jump in, make characters, and we will tell a story over this, 2 to 4 session series. It's an anthology, and we often have returning characters. And through the history from December 2017 to October of 2019, the backdrop was that the original trilogy of movies was taking place at the same time as our stories. And we kind of jumped around, but we loosely followed the New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. That's the original trilogy of Star Wars. If you didn't know that. We're going to nerd out about Star Wars a little bit. I'm sorry. There's the internet, so you can go look things up. Good luck. No, we have never jumped back to the Clone Wars yet. But at some point, I may do like a 6 months where we're jumping back in time and doing the Old Republic and Clone Wars and all that good stuff. But for now, we're continuing forward. Now, this is November of 2019. Sorry, a couple of years off there. And this is exciting and scary because the Gauntlet Con that happened at the end of October was the demarcation for the end of the movie trilogy in our timeline. So this game that we are playing today is the first series that takes place after the events of Return of the Jedi. We're actually picking up, I don't know if you've seen the expanded edition of Return of the Jedi, but there's this little couple of camera droids that float over Coruscant, which is the capital world of the Empire. And they're like, there's all these people that are milling about on this city world. In Star Wars, they're like, it's the snow world in Hoth, and it's the jungle world and in the Endor, and it's the desert world in Tatooine. Well, Coruscant is the city world. It's a Ikonopolis, I believe. It's one contiguous city. This entire planet, so much so that it actually goes down 5,000 levels into the core of the city. And that's Coruscant, that's where we're playing. But the game will pick up at kind of those camera droids are going over. You see the crowds of people teaming and celebrating, fireworks. The statue of Emperor Palpatine falls over. That's one of the sets of series that do one on Naboo and a bunch of different places. But that's kind of my idea. That's the kickoff moment that's going on as we begin this particular series. So now you're thinking, well, Rich, what system are you using? Thank you for asking. You're very polite. We are playing Fraser Simon's The Veil. The Veil is this like gorgeous, the art in this game, I keep flipping past it, but like I love the art in this game. It's a cyberpunk RPG, kind of like not quite Shadowrunny, but a little bit of that, a little bit of Cyberpunk 2020. It uses the Powered by the Apocalypse or the Apocalypse engine. And the cool thing about the Veil is that when your stats are your emotions: mad, sad, scared, peaceful, joyful, and powerful. And so whenever you're engaging a move, which is how you get things done in the Apocalypse engine, you have to take a second to think about what is the emotion that this character that's fueling their action or they are feeling the most. I love emotional play. Right? Anybody who's watched me run these games or play in them, emotional play is a big part of what I engage in. If you start to like map stuff out and talk about tactics, my eyes glaze over and I suck. But when it comes to emotional play, I'm not half bad. So hey, the Veil is like made for players like me. So we're going to be running that. Had to hack it, tweak it just a few of the ideas around gear to make it a little more Star Warsy, but pretty much running the Veil as is. So that's all of the setup. And the last thing for the Veil is a very expansive game where you can actually spend an entire session just making your world, but I've said, hey, this is Star Wars, this is Coruscant, so we've already got a number of kind of selections that are plugged in. Hopefully that will speed up play. We have 4 players that will be participating in this first of 3 sessions, and so I'm going to stop dominating the screen so that we can introduce our players, and they will tell us a bit about their characters. There are some obligations and other bits of history that we will need to work out that will help to flesh out our play. I'm going to lead off by saying hello to Leandro. Leandro, introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Oh my god, my plan to take not the first character there spoiled because I took a playbook that starts with A. Hi, my name is Leandro. I use he and pronouns. For this series of Star Wars Saturdays, I'm playing a character named Nina Sunfell. She, her, who uses the attached playbook. The attached is an interesting playbook because it revolves around having a one-of-a-kind object. And in Nina's case, that one-of-a-kind object is it's a BB series astromech droid. Yes, the ball boys from the new trilogy. But this one's an assassin droid who's camouflage and can do all sorts of harm and whatnot. Its name is VT7. It kind of has a will of its own, but Nina prefers have it around because the way her life has gone, her family is kind of like one who expects quite a bit of out of each other. Like a lot of her cousins or uncles or whatnot are either like been politicians or corporate executives. One of them even went into the Imperial military and all that. But she is at the moment just being a bartender slash fixer at a bar. Not the most not the best kind of position to be in, at least compared to her family. But she doesn't mind because there's a little bit of power to be found in the criminal underworld of Coruscant, especially with the Emperor apparently now dead. But and also, she got her assassin droid. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine.
I am curious for Nina, where did she find VT7? Was this a thing that she found in a junkyard, or do you have a choice or thought around that?
Ooh, yes, there is actually a list of options for the object, and the one I picked was became yours after killing their former owner. And I will say that it would look. What happened was, Nina doesn't think she's that terribly special, other in the sense that she's got a job at this nexus of. I hate to say it might be a wretched hive of some sort. I don't know. It might contain some kind of villainous scum, some way or the other. I don't know. Yeah. It's someone asked the question: did Nina kill the former owner or did the droid? It's a bit ambiguous. Like, I think what Nina did was that she thinks she managed to hack into the droid and get it to turn on its former owner. In a bit of desperation, and partially she's also a bit. A really weird part of her is a bit flattered that someone tried to kill her because that means someone cares about her. But I think because this object is a bit sinister, because it has hungers, it has wants, and weird stuff happens when it leaves me. It's probably ambiguous, whether she got the droid to do it or the droid decided to switch sides or something, decided to just pal with her.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Thank you for that one. Let's move along. Sabine, please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Hello, my name is Sabine. I use any pronoun. I will be playing Slas Imur, who uses he or they them pronouns. Slas is a Ratataki, and Slas was member of a mysterious sort of order who was trying to delve into ancient mysteries and ancient technology, but it didn't go so well for them. They were exterminated, and now Slas is the last one, and he is running from the iconoclasts, which are the things that eliminated his order. These are sort of shadowy creatures without faces that can come and go, and in some weird ways they just turn up and then they're there. And that he tries to evade them, but of course he would like to have some sort of revenge, I guess, maybe, if it's possible. He also has a holocron, which turned up during the whole Order's shenanigans, but he hasn't been able to open it up yet, I guess. He also has a thermal boomerang, which I mentioned because that's awesome. So, yeah. Yeah.
Very cool. Question for, are you saying Zlas? Is that how you're saying it, or?
It's Lars with two A's. I've managed to misspell it, but hey, it's Sloss, yes.
Okay, Sloss. Is Sloss native to Coruscant, or did he come here recently?
Yes. I think maybe he doesn't really remember it. Some sort of the conflict with the iconoclasts. He barely escaped them, so he has some weird holes in his memory. He thinks that maybe he's been here, but that maybe the memories of one other Order member, because he has a sanctuary, and in this weird holdout he can hear the voices of the ghosts, and that sometimes gets very confusing.
Nice. Be thinking about the possibility of being attached to this bar that Leandro mentioned for Nina, because I think that might be a neat kind of nexus point for the player characters.
Sure, maybe the sanctuary has an exit that leads to the bar somewhere in the lower or upper levels. I don't know where the bar is, if it's on the surface or lower down. So one of the exits could go into the waste disposal system of the bar. That's the secondary waste disposal system, which isn't used usually because there are weird noises coming from it.
I'm writing this down furiously. That is fantastic. Thank you so much. Bethany, good morning, and please tell us, introduce yourself, tell us about your character.
Hi, I'm Bethany. I use they, them pronouns. I'm playing Iskri Telera, who, so I haven't decided exactly what their jam is, but it's something that involves like maintaining, or like maintenance or something like that. Anyway, they can climb around on the outside of these very extremely amazingly tall buildings. And they have like modified hands that allow that. I haven't decided whether it's like retractable claws or if it's like gecko, you know how they can walk on the ceiling. It's like that.
Awesome.
I think it's, yeah, I mean, it's probably a combination, like, finger pads that can stick to things. And anyway, let's see, other than that, oh yeah, so they're the Wayward, which means they have a homeland, which I don't think they have ever actually been to. I think this is like more of an ancestral type homeland, and they have memories of it, and other people have memories of it. It probably doesn't exist anymore. And for the, let's see, I chose forest and alien for it. It is mysterious and broken because, well, I mean, as far as far as they know, it doesn't exist anymore. It only exists in memories and dreams. Is like, even that, it's just fragments of it.
What is the name of this planet? And if you don't know right off the top of your head, but we should probably have a name.
We should name it, yeah. It doesn't have a name yet.
Okay, cool. So let's just earmark that we want to name that planet at some point.
Yeah.
That is cool. How did they get here again to Coruscant?
I think they either like were brought here as a small child or were born here.
Okay, cool. I like the idea of Iskri being a spacer that ended up on Coruscant. So I think that's cool. Like arrived here on Coruscant, maybe. Nice. Are there other members of your homeland who are here? Or are you the only one that you know of around?
There are a few. Yeah, I think maybe I was on like a ship that, came from that world, and we ended up here and just stayed. So like there is one small passenger ship worth of people and like their kids.
Very cool. I like that. So there are a few others like you, humans, technically, but a little different too. I like that. Awesome. Anything else about Iskri?
I mean, they're kind of like, I think I described it as urban druid. They have a sort of connection to the natural world, which is, really interesting in this planet that is just a massive, massive city. But you know what? Cities have crows and rats and pigeons and mold growing places. And so I think, that is what their connection is to. It's not the gigantic forests of their homeworld. It is the small human / sentient species tolerant animals and plants and fungi that live in Coruscant.
I like it. That's really cool. Thank you, Bethany. And then last, but certainly not least, for at least this session, Walter is joining us. Walter, introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Yeah, I am playing Mateo, and Mateo Reese is a catabolist. So Mateo is all about like finding weird junkware, cyberware, and attaching it to himself, making it part of his body. Now, why is he this way? He's like obsessed with this and very skilled. So he was on some kind of a planet. I think during the Clone Wars, he was like very young, and basically like the droids came in and just like smashed everything, destroyed a lot of what he knew and what he cared about. And he just got in his mind as a young child that, okay, the droids can destroy everything. Like only the droids are going to survive. So he's like decided that he needs to integrate all of this sort of cyberware into his body, and he has a special tool that kind of helps him to scrounge things up and to like identify their purpose. And there was basically like an advanced. I'm going to say that. So my tool, it is a powerful tool for analysis. Is one of the things that it's really good for. It can like analyze parts. And I think what happened was he actually like found like the head of a research droid during this attack, like basically got like severed from the rest of the droid. And he like managed to salvage it, and not having much else going on, having lost so much, he like basically started taking it apart and figuring out ways to incorporate like the, super hearing and super like scanning eye and all the parts from this, and the interface components from this research droid into himself. And so that is what he does. And ever since then, he's been able to use these like senses that he has from the research droid. By the way, I don't see anyone else. Where'd everybody go?
I know. I made you important.
Okay, cool. I was like, I've never seen that before. I was like, is anybody here?
Yeah, no, everybody dropped off. We were like, oh man, I felt like we all had tech issues. I couldn't give you the heads up. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah. So he's so Mateo still he's like kind of incorporated some more stuff into his body, like cybernetic arm, and he has cybernetic legs that are like super strong, and he can like basically uses them to like like a tank-like legs. And he's more machine now than man. But
yes, Perfect. That is brilliant. I love it. Thank you so much, Walter. So those are our characters. We have obligations to work out, but one thing I wanted to throw out there as a reminder is we do have, we did some lines and veils before the game session started. We will respect those lines or lines we do not cross. They don't appear in our game session. Veils are things that can't exist in the fiction, but we don't want to see it on screen. We're not going to describe it in detail. We'll fade to black, as it were, or we'll allude to it, or it'll be off screen. On top of that, we also have the X card. The X card is our safety tool that is a blunt object. It is not as nuanced as other safety tools, but I like it because it just is a multi-purpose. And so if you ever hit a point where you feel unsafe or uncomfortable to the point where you're no longer having fun, all you have to do is say or type out, hey, I need to X card something. We'll stop play. I will not challenge you on what you're X carding. I'll simply try to understand it so that we can excise it from our story. I imagine this particular game, just to kind of do a little bit of tone, I imagine this being kind of a PG-13 style of game. This is something that would appear on a non-broadcast network. Although, I don't know, we'll have to wait until we see Mandalorian to see if it would fit on Disney Plus. So for now, in my mind, it's kind of a Netflixy show. But oh my God, Mandalorian looks so good, guys. Like, I got Disney Plus for Mandalorian. There's a whole lot of other things that I want to see on there, like to catch up and rewatch a bunch of old Phineas and Ferb episodes, but Mandalorian, oh my gosh. So that is set up. Let's go through obligation. And if anyone has an idea on jam, I know that Bethany, you've mentioned that you hadn't quite worked out that. We've got a bartender fixer at Viscosity for Nina. Let's circle back around to you, Leandro. And for Nina, let's work out your obligations.
Sure. I think I'll just kind of throw them out and
Sounds
see
good.
what interests folks. The first one is, who keeps a secret about my object that could hurt it or me in the future? And you'll have one obligation on me. I kind of want to throw it out to, honestly, any of the three, because they have mysterious, weird backstories. I'm just a bartender who has a cool thing. Maybe I kind of want to throw it to Mateo, just because
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, like I think I have the technology to ascertain the vulnerability of your droid.
Yeah. So what do you think the secret is? Is that it's vulnerable, or how vulnerable it is, or is there anything more?
Is it, well? Can you state the question again?
Yeah. Who keeps a secret about my object that could hurt it or me in the future?
Who keeps the secret about your object?
That would be you, but like, I was asking what the secret would be.
Okay, so that would be me. And what would the secret be? Yeah, I think I know. I think I know a vulnerability, right? I mean, this is a pretty rare piece of technology. It hasn't been like tested. It's basically got some, 0-day exploits in it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I think it's the one thing that's keeping me somewhat invincible. I'm hard to attach this thing. So okay, yeah, I'm down for that. Take an obligation on me. Next one is, to whom have I told the precise origin of my object, which I have not told others? I have one obligation on you. I think I kind of want to throw this to let me get these names to Iskri. I don't know why. I just feel like I could trust them.
Cool.
They seem trustworthy. Maybe it's a condescending sort of trustworthy, like it's just Iskri.
It's just Iskri. They're too dumb to like do anything with this information.
Yeah. I was probably a bit sauced, and I was bragging to you at some point, like, or I was just telling you, like, oh yeah, so that droid I got.
Oh, maybe I don't even believe you. I just thought you were bullshitting.
Yeah. Because it's a cute round droid. I'm imagining I should describe it. Like, it is like BB-8, but it's not like black and sinister like that new thing that's going to show up in the next movie. I don't know what the name of that thing is. It's probably like bright red. No, red and white. No, I know there's a specific. I'll think about it. It's primary colors for sure, but yeah, it doesn't look threatening. So probably why you don't believe me.
That's nice. I like
But
that.
I have an obligation on you then. And the last one is, who has seen what being parted from my object does to me and protects that secret for me? Yeah, this will be Zlas, because we've established that you have an exit out from your safe hold into viscosity. So you've seen what happens when, like, I probably sent it off to do a thing or spy on a thing, and you've seen what happens when it's away from me. And there is like a specific thing in the playbook called Lest We Be Parted, and the one I picked is weak, and I take -1 ongoing until I get my object back. So you probably see me like twitchy, nervous, a bit more hyperactive, clearly trying to cover up some anxiety with it being gone. Ooh, I do like the idea of it being purple. Okay, yeah, I've decided VT is now purple. Thanks, Rich. Yeah, is that okay with you, Zlas?
Sure. And I've kind of run interference for you when you are like that, because, well, you know, yeah, I mean, come on.
All right, so you have an obligation on me.
Okay.
Awesome.
Down.
Cool. So we'll switch to using character names. Thank you, Nina. Now, Zlas, you get to share your obligations.
Okay, cool. My obligations are who helped save me from the iconoclasts, asking nothing in return. They have one obligation on me. Who helped saving me from the iconoclasts? I think that I should maybe. Oh, nice. Yes. Oh, okay. I would like to throw that to Iskri, because she is from this alien forest world, and maybe she knows something about these iconoclasts, or maybe has some way of helping me.
Cool.
So
what exactly was the question? Save me from the iconoclast.
asking
nothing in return. That's awfully nice of you.
So I have to know, for our wayward Iskri, when you saved Vlas, was this a thing where you fought against the iconoclasts, or you just gave Vlas a place to hide? What do you think? How do you?
I think I just gave him a place to hide. I think, like, I know my way around the city really well, because, like, my job is to get into, like, hard to reach places and fix things. So I know all the hiding places, and I probably, like, kind of found Zlas a way to, like, okay, so you go in here, and then, like, yeah, and then, you know, you can end up in viscosity.
Cool. Okay. So the second one is, whom have I allowed entry into my sanctuary in order to shelter from danger, I guess. Right? Whom have I allowed entry into my sanctuary? In order to shelter from danger. I think that should be Matteo, because they might. What danger was I sheltering you from?
You know what? Maybe, is it possible that it was like my own like wonky implants? Because I've got, like, I do all my own work and I do great. Like, I'm kind of a genius with it, but you know, I've got like, you know, I'm like rebuilt my whole body, and a lot of my modifications kind of go haywire every once in a while. And maybe like one of them was breaking down, right? Like my chest is, you know, really, like, sometimes it gets like the implants that are in it go a little haywire. Maybe I was having like a kind of a cardiac arrest or something, because my chest implant was malfunctioning, and you like dragged me into a safe place where it could be, like, you know, modified and taken care of or something.
because my sanctuary has hundreds of ancient disassembled pieces of tech integrated into the structure. Maybe you took one of these for your to replace whatever wasn't working in your chest.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Cool. Okay, so tail. And I have an obligation on you. And who has disclosed major life events to me, thereby increasing the components I have on you? And I want that to be Nina.
Yeah, I think this is probably when I was quite nervous, and I probably I seem to have a habit of telling people my life story. When I'm in a yeah.
When you're in a mood.
Oops, sorry, I unplugged my headphones accidentally. Yeah, I think definitely. I think I told you like probably the last time I probably felt this exposed, which was flunking out of the Imperial Academy. Apparently, it didn't make the grade. It wasn't good enough. Unlike certain people, and that kind of left me quite anxious and quite twitchy. And probably for some people, it's not a seminal moment. But I think what I told you is like I did try. I did my best, but apparently it wasn't good enough for the Imperial military. It's probably a good thing.
Probably. I mean, you don't strike me like the kind of girl who obeys orders without question.
Yeah, that's probably it. That was probably what happened.
So who has? I mean, I have one component now, I guess, on you, and I have one obligation for each component. That means that you have the obligation on me, or I don't know.
No, it means that you get a component on me and an obligation along with a component, because obligations are numerical. They're not like influences, so you can have more than one.
Okay.
Good. That's pretty great.
Cool.
All right. Does that fill out all of your obligations? Looks like it does. I just want to make sure. All right. So Iskri, let us figure out your obligations.
Yeah. Okay. So who did I save using? Whoops. I just made that very big and can't see it anymore. Okay. Who did I save using knowledge only I possess of the natural world? I have one obligation on whoever this is. Since the natural world consists of like fungi, lichens, and a few animals that are considered pests, this had to be a really interesting way to save someone. Now this would double up on the thing with Zlas.
So, could the natural world? What if Iskri had saved Mateo at some point because he had forgotten certain aspects of, his physical body?
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Cool. All right, good. Do you think this is a thing where he got an ailment of some kind of infection that aspects of your homeworld you had a medicinal path that you could offer that really wasn't in the Bacta gel?
Yeah.
That could be.
I think that's cool that maybe I'm like always looking for technological solutions to things, and you came along and you're like, actually no, there's this like really simple balm you can make out of these herbs.
Yeah, scrape some of this lichen off the wall and eat it and you're good.
Yeah, and it like cured this like horrible like condition that I'd had for years. I was like, oh my god, that's all it takes. Maybe there's more to this biology stuff.
Raccoon infestation of the bar. That's good. Awesome. I'm glad that worked out. And are you cool with that, Bethany? Does that work for you?
Yeah, that's fine. That
good.
Works. Yes.
Ooh, that's an interesting question. Okay.
Yeah, who has kept a secret from me regarding my homeland that would be detrimental to it? Since I don't know that my homeland even exists anymore, maybe it does. Maybe that's the secret. But maybe it's really about the few people from there who are still on Coruscant.
Yeah, I dig that. It could easily be about the refugees, or it could be about the homeland itself. I like either of those options quite a bit.
I don't know, what secret could the refugees all like have? Like, I mean, this is an Imperial world. Maybe there's something the Empire doesn't like about us. We're weird modified humans. I don't know if that rises to the level of something the Empire would have issues with. Or maybe my homeworld doesn't exist anymore because the Imperials destroyed it, because like somebody from my homeland did something that like really lasting, the Empire had a serious grudge against them for some reason.
Yeah, I dig that. We can always explore it in play. We don't have the best idea right now. The Empire's been around for 20, 30 years, so it could have lots of enemies that it tried to wipe out.
Yeah, so maybe that's why we're refugees. So like, I think maybe we have a way to contact each other that's secret.
Oh, interesting.
And somebody knows about that.
Who wants to know about that secret way that the Homelanders can all communicate?
I think I probably heard about that through the bar, through
scuttlebutt
that goes through it. One of your fellow folks from your home is probably.
I found the name for the place, the planet. Oh yeah, it's okay. Now let me. It has too many syllables. Damn it. Adansonia.
Cool. All right. The Adansonians.
Mm-hmm.
I dig that. That is cool.
Sad that's sufficiently planet-like. Cool. So Nina knows how they all contact each other. So I think I do remember this place now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, it's been a long time. And who saved me from something specifically because I was outside my homeland?
What? I would like to do that. I would like to save people. I like saving people.
Cool.
Specifically because you were outside your homeland. Maybe you don't know your way around all that well. Or do you? You know you don't. You do. You know your well.
Yeah, I think I've been here a long time, but
yeah, but
I mean, there's obviously stuff I don't know about, though, right?
Right, and I mean, I have the sanctuary and these weird tunnels, and I guess where you. Well, you left your homeland for a reason, so were people after you? Like, you're Addisonian, you have to go and live on the Addisonian reservation on Kashyyyk or something like that?
Oh, maybe. It could be something like that. It could be, save me from. I mean, it could be that, like, yes, my people are, like, their existence is basically illegal. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
and like I hid lost once, so maybe they returned the favor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I mean, I can hide people pretty well.
You have the
if you-
sanctuary now.
I have a sanctuary. I mean, if you can't stand the ghosts yammering.
Yeah, I think
People.
I'm pretty okay with ghosts.
Cool. Okay, so I just sheltered you for a bit. Okay.
Okay, cool. That works. Yeah.
Awesome. So then that means that Adansonians are maybe they're hunted. The Empire wants them for a reason. Now with the Empire falling, that's going to be a really interesting change. I'm quite excited.
Yeah, that's you know, like they're not Jedi, but they were kind of treated the same way. Like we're just going to wipe out every last one of them.
Sounds awesome. I like
Don't
it.
know what one of my ancestors did, or actually, it wouldn't even been one of my ancestors. It would have been somebody who was alive, like within my memory.
Because
probably.
they came to your.
They've only been around for 20 to 30 years, so it's it was like it wasn't that long ago.
That's cool. I dig it. All right. Do you have any other?
Nope, those are my 3.
All right. Snub the Empire. Say the Emperor was having like a thing, and he invited a bunch of people, and you guys like, no, I don't want to show up for your shindig, and then bam, bombs the whole planet. Okay, Mateo, you have some obligations.
Nice. So, my first obligation. Who have I convinced of my ideology, which is that humans are too frail and robots are really the way to, robots are going to rule the universe eventually. Who have I convinced of my ideology and they believe it is to their benefit? My ideology, I guess, because it says I'll have one obligation on you. So someone digs me having my ideology.
I think out of everyone, it's probably Nina because she's the one with the robot. I don't think she's there with the integrate the robot into her yet, but she doesn't think I think she thinks your ideology does have merits in the whole.
There's robots are the way to power.
Yeah, humans can't do that by themselves. They've tried. I mean, look at the Darth Vader. He's done fine as a robot.
Well, for a while. I mean, rumor has it Darth Vader hasn't been heard from for a little while, but I mean, come on, he's Darth Vader. He's fine.
Yeah. No, I think your ideology helps reinforces Nina's like insecurity of like relying on this robot. For sure, it's like, oh, if Mateo says it's all right, then I'm cool with it. I'm cool with this robot.
I imagine that VT7 and Mateo have conversations on the side from time to time. Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah. I've got my interface. I think we totally speak to each other. Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh my God, behind my back.
Maybe even my I feel like, so I have this HUD in my ear. I feel like it needs like some kind of like an AI name. Like if you want to speak to me in my like HUD voice every once in a while, Rich, I would like totally dig that. I know you do good AI voices. So maybe anyway, I was thinking like maybe my like AI voice and VT7 are like friends.
I can do a voice and an AI. This is lovely.
Let's see. All right, I have another question. So who has helped me develop my Omni tool with or for me? And I think so if this is cool, I kind of like the idea that this is like this head of this research robot that I found when I was young. And I've been like taking it apart and repurposing it and integrating it into myself. So who may have like helped me with that to like develop it?
I could do that. I mean, I have this reservoir of alien weird tech stuff, and I like to tinker around with it every once in a while, given the strictures of my order.
Interesting. I like that. Yeah, and we've already kind of established that like you like saved me at one point, right? So maybe that's even kind of related, right? Like maybe you've like beyond saving me there, like you've like really helped me to like step up my game with using this tool to to perfect my own stuff and to integrate new parts. Okay, I love that.
Yeah, perfecting yourself is a good thing.
Yes. All right. Awesome. And then finally, whose cybernetics have I repaired when they didn't have the means to do so themselves? And I have one obligation on you. So that's interesting. So Iskri, do you think you have anything like a cybernetic thing that I might have helped you with?
I could. I haven't put anything down for cybernetics, but I could absolutely have something. I mean, we all have like neurochips, right? But I could easily have something else. I haven't really looked at that a lot. What would I have? Wait. You know, the people from my planet have a way to communicate with each other. What if that's separate from the neurochip?
Oh, interesting. And it's like some other kind of technology that like I've been able to like help deduce or whatever. It's like this extra piece of technology. That sounds cool. Yeah, maybe it's like this kind of like somewhat forgotten technology from your planet, right? Like the the techware gurus on your planet, many of them maybe didn't survive, and so it's like this kind of like somewhat lost to knowledge how that communication tech even works.
Yep, I like that.
That sounds cool. Okay,
maybe it's like routed through the computer from our ship or something that still exists somewhere.
Ooh.
Oh man, that's awesome. What if it's just off the top of my head, but what if your ship was like impounded, right? And so it's in a bay somewhere and it's considered inert, but there's still like this lifeline of power that runs through it, and you guys are able to, your homelanders are all able to the added
we still use it as our like central information. Yep. I like that a lot. And it's like
Achilles heel for you, but you've gone under notice. So
yeah, but it's also encrypted purely by virtue of the fact that like the inventors of the thing are all dead, and like only a few people know how it works.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they all they know is they don't even know what band it's communicating on. And all Imperial protocols, they only sweep certain ways, and that's what they do.
Nice. Okay. And now, just for bookkeeping purposes, are we like, do we keep track of the obligations we have on other people, and they keep track of the obligations they have on us? It's like
that's generally the easiest way to do it. So if you have obligations on someone else, you're going to need to track it, and then there are obligation moves. So when somebody's going to call on you, if you're going to refuse it, then you'll need to engage that. And
so then Zlas gets the one obligation on me from this, and I have an obligation on Nina and Iskri from this.
Right. All right. Are you guys tracking it that way, or is that too problematic, or?
I just wanted to clarify.
No, it's a good question.
I'm just putting them in two different columns since there are two columns under obligation.
Oh, there you go. That actually makes a lot of sense. Do it that way. That's better. That's great. All right. Any other obligations for Mateo?
That's it.
Okay. All right. So there are two things that, two of you need to work on, which is a jam. We have 2 jams and 2 jamless. I don't know how you guys would eat a sandwich without jam, but jam makes it all better. No, it does give us an idea of what you do to earn cred. It's not the worst thing in the world if we need to discover it and play. But more importantly, the way that you get XP is challenging beliefs. So be thinking about those beliefs. And if you need to kind of figure it out in play, I understand beliefs are hard. They're hard in Burning Wheel, and this is where it came from, and they're hard here. So actually, where did the beliefs go in the character sheet? There they are. Yeah. Look at Leandra's already got some. So if you want some examples of good beliefs, cheat off of Leandro, but change the names to make yourself look like you're ingenious and thinking of things on your own. And again, beliefs are a thing where it may be a bit of playing, you know what? A character totally believes that, and then you put it in, or we highlight it, you put it into your character keeper, and then we can get XP for it. The way that it happens at the end of the session, we go around the table and talk about if a belief was tested or challenged. If it is, you mark 1 XP. When a belief gets you into trouble, you mark 2 XP. And when a belief is resolved, you mark 3 XP. And that's for all 3 beliefs that you have. So you have the possibility of making it advance every session, but you do need to, you need to flag what you're interested in, and then I as GM need to hit that, and then you need to kind of lean into it. So it takes a little bit of coordinated play. So there's that. But it is 17 till. Let's take a 7-minute break, and we'll meet back at 10 till, and we'll begin play. And if people have questions about beliefs as we go, we'll just stop and we'll talk about it briefly, and then we'll continue on. But for now, see you in 7 minutes. Ooh, I'm seeing some really cool beliefs pop in. I'm very excited.
I'm Sabine. I just wrote a belief that I kind of want to bounce off of you. It's about Zlas.
Cool.
And Zlas doesn't necessarily have to agree with this belief, but if it's like totally like counter to like
Mhm.
what might appear on the surface of Zlas, then maybe we want to modify it. I'm going to say that Mateo has a belief that Zlas's mysterious tech will save humanity through allowing cyber integration.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I mean, Slazen don't necessarily would believe that, but it's possible that you could convince him of that.
Do you have like a take on what the mysterious technology that Zlas looks like?
What it looks like.
Or like what Zlas's perspective on it is.
Well, Slas's perspective on it is that it is this tech has been gathered up because he doesn't really know. He believes that the holocron will answer what the purpose of this tech is. It is pretty old, and it has been. He has heard that it has been rumored that the precursors to the Jedi have worked at it. It is. I think it's very. It looks very organic. It's obviously tech. It's made of metal and stuff like that, but it looks very organic.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. Cool. Excited.
And can I say something about the tech? Because you have some in you, Matteo, maybe that means that you dream more or more intense than you did before. Just a notch.
Oh, cool. Okay. I like that. That's interesting. I'm thinking of Matteo just generally like as being like kind of a like like a scouting kind of character. Like that's kind of like I think his jam a little bit is like he's like kind of like a surveillance. He's really good at like scoping things out and analyzing things. So yeah, I like that these like dreams are kind of like you know, giving him this new perspective on things, and he's like, yeah, I think that's cool.
So to kind of fold into that from Mateo, what do you think his jam is? Is he, I mean, private detective doesn't sound like what you're doing. It sounds like he's more of a not even a researcher, just kind of a finder of lost things? Or is he a person who kind of sneaks into places? Is he an infiltrator? What are you imagining when he...
Yeah, I think, yeah, actually I kind of like that idea that he's kind of an infiltrator. He's not like he's I think he works I think he like is good at infiltrating places and like gathering evidence. He's got this remote controlled eye that can record things.
That's true.
Like, I think he's like one of his things is he's kind of like when people need to like physical evidence on something or whatever, like he can kind of get in places and he's good at like identifying. Yeah, I kind of see him as like sort of like in addition to modifying a lot of tech and being kind of like mechanical in that way, he's also like what am I looking for? Like a bit of a hacker, like in the physical spaces, right? As much as the digital.
I like it. That sounds good. Good. Okay. Well, I think I have an idea for an opening scene here, but I'll open it up before I start jumping in. Did anyone have an opening scene they wanted to request? Otherwise, I will push forward with idea I have.
I don't have an idea, but I do have a beginning session move.
That's right, you do. Let's have Nina Sunfell's opening move. Can you read it to us and then roll it?
Yeah, it's called Thy Will Be Done. At the beginning of this session, roll and add your object's hunger. Now, I got to ask, does that mean I roll a state and add my object's hunger?
That is a great question. My understanding is that you only roll with hunger, otherwise you're going to get hosed.
That is true. All right, so my object's hunger starts with a +1, so I'm just gonna roll that. I've got to roll for a party. A hagfish that's being pet most heavily. All right, so 3. Okay, ooh, that's a 6. So on a 6, what happens on a miss? Ooh, it doesn't say it happens on a miss. It just means it's full at the moment. So there we go. Because usually what happens in a hit is that the MC gets hold that they can use on me. But there doesn't seem to be a miss condition. Let me check the actual PDF.
Yeah, I'm double checking it as well.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we get that right. This is the attached, so it's the early one. Right after the apparatus.
Yeah, no, there's no miss condition. So it just means it's not hungry at the moment.
Weird.
Oh, do I get XP for that?
There is no XP on a miss in this game.
Is there not?
I don't think so. I think it's belief only. Is what I was able to see.
pretty? Hold on. No. It says here when you attempt something that benefits you and fail. Oh, okay. All right. Never mind. That's for the attack. Okay, never mind. I'm confusing with a different game.
I know. It's like
I know.
it's one of the flaws of Apocalypse Engine is sometimes I'll say read a sitch when I mean something else. In fact, my notes on the reference sheet with the moves is putting what they are in other games, so I remember where to look.
Oh no, sorry. I'm looking at the PDFs. It says specifically for the attach. When you attempt something that benefits you and fail, you do not mark XP like the others. So everyone else gets to do it. I don't, apparently.
What? Okay.
That's cruel, Fraser.
Thank you for finding that, and I'm sorry that okay, that's fine.
No, I'm curious why that is.
Like the others. So does that mean the other people mark XP?
Yes.
And if you search XP in the PDF, you find Jack and Squat. So it looks like XP on a miss, but there's no defined thing, but it does mean I get a move, which I have my quick reference sheet for moves, so that is awesome.
Oh gosh.
Good. Good. All right. Anyone else have beginning of session moves? I didn't think anyone did from what I was glancing at, but I want to double check. Awesome. We begin with all of you currently at Viscosity, the bar that is located on Sector 2, which means that there's certain points where you can look out and see the sun. It's like filtered down through a couple of windows, but still you can actually see natural sunlight on Sector 2. Sector 2 is like second sub-level. So you're maybe a football field, soccer or American football, I don't care, football field underground. And here in Viscosity, if you check in the NPCs and places, we've got a picture of it. It's washed in pink and red neon. And there is on all of the feeds for the last few minutes, all the feeds for the HoloNet, which is like not only holograph, but up on wall screens, the feeds have been taken up by the Coruscant uprising. The explosion of the Death Star was shown moments ago, and the reported death of Emperor Palpatine and his apprentice Darth Vader has been reported as unverified this time. There are a number of feeds showing people who have taken to the streets on the surface of Coruscant with explosions. They have taken down the statue of Emperor Palpatine. And there's partying on the streets at this point, but there are reports of rioting on the streets as well. Fireworks can be seen in the sky of Coruscant, and there's a bunch of citizens cheering. They long live the Republic, cries of freedom, and then there's a saying that people are having like displayed on their clothing wear where they've got microfibers so they can change the colors and the like, and you see it appearing in the feed, like the overall feed, the veil that you guys maintain of Gi Shara Gasha, which is a Huttese saying about safety. And I am curious, first and foremost, of Iskri's reaction to all of this reported death of the Emperor and possibly the fall of the Empire.
It's too good to be true.
That's a nice summation. So you're there at Viscosity, and one of the singers at Viscosity is one of your homelanders. Her name is Naomi Farlance. She is in the NPCs tab. She's an Addisonian. She's a singer and an artist. And while all of this is going on, it kind of interrupted her set. And she sings here, like she's physically here, but her voice, and she's hollow cast to several different bars that are deeper down in the bowels of Coruscant. But this is where she does her original broadcast, and she kind of stopped because all the feeds have been bleeding over with this victory of the rebellion and the Alliance to Restore the Republic. So she hasn't come over to you, but I think she reaches out to you via the feed that you guys have. And of course, that means that, Mateo, you get to eavesdrop. And she says, do you believe it? This seems good.
It does, but it seems too easy. I almost wonder if it's a lie to get all the anti-imperials to come out of hiding.
True.
I hope it's true, but I don't trust it.
Some of us want to meet back at the ship. Do you want to come?
Yeah, of course.
Good. We should do it while we have cover. The Imperial eyes are on other things, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
This could be it.
It could.
We could. We can't go home, but
I don't even know what we could do, but something.
Better than now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think and I will definitely go through. I think that you know what? I originally started coming to this bar because she performs here.
Nice. Cool. So that's how you're thinking of Viscosity is to perform here. She says, if I ever get the feedback, I think I'm going to sing something dangerous.
Yeah.
Good. And so we'll cut to Nina, because I am also curious, Nina. You've got a miss on the hunger. So the hunger doesn't go up, but I get a move is how I would kind of interpret thy will be done, miss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're at the bar. All of this is going on, and you're just a bartender, right? You don't own the place. So let's say that Malzef Kandrun is the owner of the bar. He's a well-placed Imperial who he comes onto like a private comm to you, and he says, Nina, you're on shift?
Yep.
You
What's up,
hear
Mal?
bunch of noise in the background. You think you hear blaster fire and some screaming.
Is everything okay over there?
Of course not. There's a mass rioting on the streets. We've got to quell this. Listen, is Viscosity safe?
I think I'll look around and I probably see like, ooh, maybe I should roll this because I want to see what the state of Viscosity is.
That sounds good. We're engaging a move in fiction. It's not a pregame move. I love it. So you got a couple things. You can analyze or you can lift the veil. It's kind of two different approaches there.
I think I'm gonna analyze. Lift the veil sounds like something, but it's lift the veil. I always imagine something a bit specific. Analyze
Yes,
is more like
I would agree. That's fair.
general.
All right. When you analyze, you roll with the emotion that's strongest right now. So, what emotion do you think you're rolling with?
I think Nina's feeling a bit. No, she wouldn't be scared. She'd see this as an opportunity. So she's actually feeling a bit joyful. Not exactly peaceful, or more like she's excited.
Nice.
Good state to be in when a despot has fallen down. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 10. So I'm gonna mark.
Nice. Okay. On analyze of the 10, you get 3 questions. Do you have the question list with you?
Yes. Thanks for this very handy tab. Here on
Yay.
Character keeper. What if anything appears out of place?
Ooh, nice. So, what appears out of place? I think the first thing that you'll notice, of course, out of place, you know that Naomi is not singing. You catch her kind of looking over towards Iskri a few times, but trying to play it cool. 2 of them seem to have like some kind of like eye carking thing going on every once in a while. I'm not sure what's up with that. You notice also that Balaam, the bouncer at Viscosity, he is over. He's chatting with a couple of folks, and it looks like he's getting handed some creds under the table about something. That seems a little out of place. And Sero and Diabunda, who are the Twi'lek and Coruscant infiltrators, they are headed over to chat with Mateo quickly. They normally don't come in here unless they are picking up work or drinking their brains sideways after successfully finishing work.
All right. Which enemy is the biggest threat?
So if Balaam's getting paid off for something, then he's probably looking the other way. So whoever those folks who are working with Balaam right now, that's probably your biggest threat. Because Diabunda and Sarah would go off-site. They don't poop where they eat.
That makes sense. And the last one, I love this question. Is this going to get worse before it gets better?
Oh, yeah. It absolutely is, because you just know that your boss, who's an Imperial, called you to make sure that Viscosity's safe. And it's probably because he's going to throw some trouble your way.
Yeah, so I think I'll answer back to Mal saying, yeah, Viscosity looks fine for now, but a lot can happen between for now and whatever the hell is about to happen. Mal, can you just like be upfront and just tell me what the cark's going on?
Well, unofficially, Palpatine's dead. Unofficially, Sate Prestige, who is his closest advisor, is about to take over, and all of this stuff that's going on the surface is going to get shut down, and shut down hard. You need to make sure that Viscosity is not playing around with any of this rebel stuff. Just because Palpatine's dead doesn't mean that anything has changed, especially not here. We could get shut down and locked down. So you need to make sure that when the troopers come through, everything is above board. Okay, Nina, this is on you. There's a little bit of extra cred in it, as long as I've got a bar to come back to.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Just stay safe out there. It doesn't sound great over there. Bar's gonna be fine. I'll be standing when you get back.
Okay. Calm off. And he actually announces that before it comes. He's got a weird take about that.
Of course he does. Before you turn to another character, I think the last shot we'll probably see if Nina's like, she'll sigh and put the comms down, and then from when there's no one's ordering her, she'll turn to her left, and down next to her side is her buddy. And she just says like, Oh, we're gonna be busy tonight, VT.
Statement. This would be an excellent opportunity for us to earn extra credits.
Aren't you just full of opinions? I do have a move I want to roll, but I want to move to another character before
Okay.
that.
All right. So we'll jump over to somebody else, but you've earmarked that. We'll run back to it. So, Mateo, you are being approached by a pair of basically like shadow runners, for lack of a better term. Dia Bunda, who's a Twi'lek and also a really good slicer, and Sero, who is usually the driver and the hired gun. The two of them have like an on again, off again relationship, but they always work really well together. Have they ever pulled you in on a job before? And if so, how did it go?
Yeah, they've definitely pulled me in on a job before. What was the name of the first one? The slicer?
Dia Bonduna. It's in the NPCs on rows 5 and 6. If you wanted to glance at Dia Bonduna, she's a Twi'lek. You can call her Dia.
Yeah,
Dia and Sero.
So so Dia. Wait, there's a Dua Neon. That's another one. Let's see.
If you go into the NPCs and places at G6, G5, 6, and 7 is the name, picture, and a little bit of info on them.
Let's see. Okay, there it is. Diamandu and Sero. Okay, there's two of them. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And all right, the Twi'lek. Okay, so and Sero is the Twi'lek. Which one's the Twi'lek?
No, Sero's
Dia's
the human. Yeah, and Dia is the Twi'lek female.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think that actually Dia has come to me for help in the past on sort of integrating, helping to integrate their cybernetic implants and stuff, and to help with jobs. And I have, I'm actually spend an awful lot of time. Like, I think one of my vices actually is kind of plugging in as well. I like to just kind of like observe things that are going on the networks, is something that I do. So yeah, she's definitely enlisted me in her schemes before. And I think they tend to not go great for me. Like I think actually that the time that I came to Zlas for help was actually where something went wrong, and it just like totally like shorted some of my implants and stuff, and I needed to Zlas to like help me out of that. That almost killed me.
A little bit like black ice on a job that the three of you guys went on. That's cool.
And it wasn't Dia's fault, but I'm just saying Dia gets into big trouble, and sometimes it doesn't work out well for me. But I think I keep coming back. I just can't help myself.
Is it what is it that she holds over you? Just the excitement of it, or is it that you can actually score some good cred if you pull it off, or is there some kind of flirtation?
Part of it is actually like the fines that I get. I mean, she like some of my new tech that I get actually comes from some of these jobs. I'm like able to like intercept communications and find out where there's some interesting new tech or how I can modify existing tech. I think that's like I kind of get like access to the latest R&D.
Awesome.
Like that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what happens is you're sitting there. Are you sitting alone, or do we have any Zlas or Iskri, do you want to volunteer to be seated with Mateo at this point?
Yeah, I can be there.
Awesome.
Excellent.
So two of you are there. Maybe you're watching a wall screen. Maybe you're just hiding or chilling out. Iskri, you were chatting with your Homelander, and Dia, she comes over and reaches out, grabs whatever glass of intoxicant you have in front of you, Mateo, and then slides back to sit on your lap and takes a drink and then sets it down. She says, "This is the best day. This is the best day. Mateo, we have an amazing opportunity."
What are you talking about? It's nuts out there. It's a madhouse. It's so dangerous outside.
With great power comes great opportunity.
So, all right, what have you got in mind? What have you?
Saro, he actually has a holster for both of his blasters, and he comes and he leans in and he says, we got the intel on a Galax Computers shipment that's set to go out. They're not minding it right now. I checked the feeds and it looks clean. All the troopers are out quelling the riots. This is the time. We can go in. And then Dia jumps in and she whispers in your ear, they have some really good tech. We're talking physical stuff, implants.
Oh my God. A Galax computer ship? That's insane. Those are always heavily guarded. You're right. If we can get in, I can sneak in. I've got new camouflage that I've built in. I can totally get in there. Yes.
Arrow claps his hands. Yes, that's why. You were right, Dia. I was wrong. And he throws 3 credits onto the table for her, and she slides it over to pay for your drinks, and she winks at you, Iskri. So we need to go now because I've heard that they're really going to clamp things down. So let's get this going.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get on our way. Hold on a second. I think I want to talk to my friend Zlas. I get the feeling Zlas can help me make a couple tune-ups before I head out to make sure that I'm totally ready for this.
Oh, really? Okay, so it sounds like I don't know if that's necessarily a move. I think that's legit. That's a fair request. So Sarah says, all right, 2 microns, just quick, because we got to go.
Yes. All right.
My speeder's humming outside. We'll be outside.
Okay, let's go.
So when you move his loss, Dia grabs the rest of your drink as she downs it and then slams it down and laughs and skips away with Sarah, and they go outside to wait.
Awesome. Is Loss around?
No. What's Loss doing?
Probably around. He is probably around, looking at the kind of mood that's going on right now. A bit nervous, actually.
In this particular bar, in Viscosity right now, people are trying to. They're glued to the screen. This is momentous. This is huge. This is like huge for a galaxy-wide thing. So there's a lot of danger. There's a lot of nervous communications back and forth as people are checking on things and trying to understand what's going on. But a lot of people are just kind of glued to the HoloNet screens.
Yeah, I think Slas is looking at the HoloNet screens too. He's looking maybe for a bit different stuff than other people because he's had weird dreams. And now he's looking for stuff from those dreams, for blue lights and little furry things, wherever he dreamed of those, but who knows? Just
sweet. So Zlas is sitting by themselves, or
probably. Unless there is somebody who wants to absolutely talk to him. Stas has been known to help people with interpreting their dreams. That's how he makes his living. So there's maybe one of these tiny little guys with the larger heads there, and who's talking to him about what he dreamt and his wife, and he doesn't know, should he go back to her? She was always such a bore, but hey, he's dreamt about it, and now the emperor's dead, and it's pretty unclear what. But just listening and nodding and looking wise, I guess.
I like it. That sounds awesome. So yeah, that's what's going on, Mateo. Is it looks like this loss is advising, like dream ferrying someone.
Okay, I think Mateo just barges in and Mateo like kind of like I think they even Mateo like even kind of like steps a little bit on this person you're talking to's foot with their like giant, super heavy, mech leg that like weighs a ton, and is like, Sloss, I need your help right now. Come with me. This is really important.
Okay, then yes, you should absolutely go back to your wife. I think that is your way to harmony. Have a good day, and I'm coming with Mateo.
Cool. And we'll say that's Duan Yan, who's a speeder driver on the side. And yeah, he gets his foot stepped on. He's like, hey. Oh, okay. Boy, wife. Good. Wife. Go back to the wife. Harmony. Okay. I'll cover your tab. Thanks, Loss. You watch where you're walking.
Oh, sorry. Didn't see. These legs are hard to control sometimes.
So heads off with you, Mateo. What do you do?
Sloss, I've got this new like camo that I built into my chest cavity, right? Like I need to make sure that it's totally fine tuned. Got this really, really big job coming up. This is like super dangerous, but this could be huge. This could be the mother lode of technology. This could be so big. Can you just go over this and check this out with me one more time?
Sure, I can, but is that new technology? Is there anything old that you might acquire?
I mean, okay. All right, listen. I know I can trust you to keep quiet about this. So, listen, there's a Galaxy computer ship that we think we can get inside. And I mean, it could have anything. I mean, like this is one of the most amazing opportunities, right? This has all kinds of tech from all over the universe. This could be the mother lode. Like it could have new technology and old technology, right? This is huge.
Yes, that sounds huge. Do you need somebody maybe to carry stuff? If you could come in with us. Sure.
Yes, we could totally use
I would love to.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought you were going to have to lean on them, but Zaloss is in for it?
Sure. I mean, tech, old tech, that's interesting. Could point the way to harmony, so I have to go.
Cool. I like it. Good. So, yeah, Mateo, looks like you've convinced Zaloss without having to use any obligation whatsoever. Anything else you want to do before you guys head off?
Maybe not. I mean, I know that what? I think I'm a little bit curious though about Iskry. Does Iskry do I think Iskry would know that I'm eavesdropping on their communications, or is this something that I keep to myself?
Oh, no idea. That would be terrible if I. Yeah.
So I know how to do this, but I know that I shouldn't know how to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I would be in so much trouble if I had accidentally allowed someone access to this.
All right. Excellent. So then I will, but I think I want to I think I'm interested in what Iskry is going to do. So I'd love to be able to interrogate that somehow before I leave. If Iskry plans to go to this ship or not. Cause I'm I think I go up to Iskry and I'm like, look, that balm that you always get for me, right? Like I'm almost out. You're going to be able to get me more later this afternoon, right? When I can meet you here, you're going to be around.
Can you wait till tomorrow? I got something to do today.
Wow. All right. It's really important. I know. Well, how about I'll send you a message later, right? Can I just send you a message later to track you down? I might need some later on. It's been acting up.
Yeah, that'd be fine. That'd be fine. And I'm clearly distracted. My attention's going at least 3 different directions right now. Talking to you, kind of following the news, and also talking to what was her name? I wrote it down.
Naomi.
Yeah. All kind of at the same time. or I'm not even talking to Naomi because this is like a break. I'm like keeping that channel open, waiting
Yeah.
for
Nice.
her to tell me something.
Okay. So I think at that point, Mateo's like, all right, I'll talk to you soon. And then he's like, come on, Zos, and goes to find
Yeah, I wave to Iskri
good
because
luck,
I see her.
yeah.
Bye.
Watch out for the cops.
See you, Nina. Put it on my tab.
Cool. So we will cut back to Nina because you had a thing that you were interested in doing there.
Yeah, VT made a statement saying creds could be gotten, and I'm always curious as to what VT's ideas are. So I'm going to trigger the move It Speaks. I'm just gonna ask direction from them. So what happens is I'm gonna give him, so their hunger goes up, but I don't roll with hunger for this move. I just roll as normal. I think I'm still excited.
We should
So, like-
probably stick hunger in your character sheet somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's in the object. It's under gear. There's a note there, but I should make it bigger so you can see it. So you don't have to hover it. Yeah, I'll do that in a moment.
Okay, cool.
+2 hunger. There we go. All right, there we go.
Thank you.
Cool. So, but I checked the move in the PDF. I don't roll with hunger for this. I just roll how I'm feeling. I'm still feeling excited. VT's got some ideas, and things are popping off. This could be fun. Well, fun. This could be profitable to an extent. Okay, so my dice rolled and gave me the exact result that I got. Actually, no, it's one less. So that's a 9.
Niner on 7 to 9. Take +1 forward if you do it at once. If you do not, the MC will consider it a golden opportunity. That sounds good.
Yeah, so I think I asked VT, like, all right, say we could get creds from this situation. How would you go about it?
Advisement. If we were to look upon the list of unfavorable beings to the Empire and take care of one or two of them, then when things are settled back, it will be easy to collect on their bounties.
That certainly does sound easy. Do you have any names in mind?
Of course. Suggestion. Natalia Nimbalu, a systems mistress. She has been ferrying information back and forth for suspicious individuals. We should take care of that. And the requirements for evidence will be lightened in such a time of flux. Recommendation. You kill her. I will help.
I know how you're always so eager to help with these sort of matters. I think I'll look up the bar and see, like, and see what I saw earlier with the bouncer guard and whatnot. But you don't recommend that I just break off what our lovely boss Mao asked me to do right at this moment, do you?
Recommendation? Yes, of course. Allow a small break.
All right. Give me a second while I see what the lay of the land is. And I think I'll kind of like get up from them, and I think I'm going to call Iskri towards me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Iskri. Not to be someone who's just eternally suspicious of everyone and everything, but do you mind if you want to tell me what your friend's up to?
My friend,
Naomi.
she's singing.
Yeah, well,
I mean, like she always does. I think she's probably a little distracted by the news. like everyone is.
Yeah, everyone's distracted. Iskri is just that the boss is kind of worried that she might be distracted more than most.
Like, what do you think? She's some kind of revolutionary? Look,
It's just
you know, we all keep a low profile. We're not.
then I guess what I'd advise is for y'all to continue keeping a low profile.
I plan to. I'm not counting on this. I don't even know if it's true. It seems like it's too easy. But you know, even if it's true, that it's not like the Empire doesn't still own Coruscant.
Well, that's the thing. Even if it's true or not, it's still an opportunity for people. And like, I know you're not one to make trouble, but I just want to make sure that people you know won't make in trouble. We don't need
think
that.
they will.
But can you make sure?
I'm
leaving off,
I mean, I'll
on this.
All right.
Or okay. All right, just make sure, okay? Just make sure. We don't need. No, this is a nice place. I mean, you agree with me, right? It's a nice place, right?
The bar. Yeah, the bar's cool.
Yeah, see, exactly. It's cool. We don't need it to be like chaotic over here. At least for now.
Okay. Yeah, with my huge influence over the riot outside, I will definitely make sure that nothing happens here. Sure.
Okay. All right. You know, don't have to be so sardonic at me. All right. Look, just make sure your friend stays out of trouble.
All right. I'll do my best. Yeah. Why do you think someone's? What do you think? What do you think's going to happen? No, seriously. What's? You're acting way more paranoid than usual.
Well, it pays to be paranoid, especially when stuff like this, she points at the holoscreen, happens. All right, well, okay.
No, I agree. That's what
Look, let's just say a bunch of people are in a spot of bother. My boss specifically, and I have to go bail him out. She says in a very honest tone. I have to go bail him out.
Okay.
There's some other folks on staff, but I trust you, Iskri. Make sure your friend doesn't do anything rash. Keep an eye on Balam, the bouncer, actually, while you're at it. While you're here.
What do you think? Yeah, okay, sure. I don't know what you think I can do about it. You see that bat he's got? You see what I've got? Nothing. I have small claws.
Okay, let me tell you a secret. That bat is mostly for show. All right, those rings, they weren't inexpensive add-on. If you know what I'm saying.
That bat is, and of course, we're referring to a picture that no one who's watching can see, but it's terrifying. So, yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna bail, Nina? Gonna get the heck out of here? Go.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna do is erase an obligation on Iskri because this seems like a big enough deal, and I was totally trying to lean on, but I'm gonna erase it.
Yeah. Like I don't know that I actually have any influence over any of these people that you don't want.
Yeah, but this trouble's now yours. But the obligation's clear. Good job. All right, cool. So let's pick up with Mateo and Zlas. The two of you are in the back, you're in a speeder. And if you remember from the speeders, if you've seen any of the movies, there's the back seat is just like the back seat of, say, a Cadillac type deal, right? And then there's a windscreen, but there's no roof. And you're zooming along on the second level, and you're headed up towards the surface level to one of the spaceports, the docks where the computers can, where that, sorry, just want to make sure I use the correct name for the corporation. It is the Galax Computers, which is listed in our corporation's information. So where Galax has a tramp freighter that they are about to ship things off. Anything you guys want to do as you're approaching the docks? If not, we'll jump straight to that docking bay. I just wanted to check in, make sure I'm not fast forwarding past anything you guys wanted to do.
Can we analyze before we go in there?
That's a good idea. So if you want to take a look at docking bay 52 in our NPCs and places, just to get a kind of mental image to what things look like, this is it's a busy port.
Cool.
So Galax has a tramp freighter that's parked here, and they're still loading some things on board with little grav plates. They move large crates on board, but you can tell that the crew isn't like there's some porters who are putting things on. This is a pre-roll. Porters putting things on. Does not look like the crew has the ship ready to go. They're doing pre-flight checks. But go ahead and analyze as the speeder kind of comes in low and starts to land on the outside of the docking bay.
Okay, so I have to choose one of these emotion thingies, right?
Correct. What are you feeling most? What emotion do you think is fueling this?
I think I'm hopeful at the moment because I might get some interesting stuff here for my collection.
So if you feel hopeful, then let's move along through that powerful. So you're rolling on powerful.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and roll powerful is 2 for you, and then I'm going to on your character sheet, you'll need to check the little checkbox to the left of the word powerful.
Okay. I will do that, and I've got a 9.
Okay. On a 9, that gives you 1 question on.
Okay. And I have a move that is gaze to the abyss that says I may ask one of these questions in addition to the others, right? So I can ask one question from the move itself and my special questions. Do I have that right?
And I said 2. I said 1, but it's actually 2. On a 7 to 9 on analyze, you get 2 questions from the list, and then you get your 1 special question from gaze into the abyss.
I think I'll ask what's my best way out or in. What's my best way in?
Awesome. The absolute best way in is if you could, of course, pose as one of the porters to pay one of them off or waylay them. They do have very light, just like a vest, kind of like a Walmart vest. I don't know.
Okay.
I swear or not, but just like a colored vest that kind of identifies them as being the people who are authorized to do this work. That's your easiest way in or past.
Okay, so I would ask if anything appears out of place, because you never know.
Yeah. So as you're peering over all of this, you notice that there is Galax computers. They usually lean on the Empire to keep things safe, but there's a Wookiee who you know is a bounty hunter. His name's Ruvu, and she's paying a little bit extra attention to this. Just sitting on a couple of crates, not moving anywhere. And this is possible that she's keeping an eye on things.
Okay.
Not something mentioned to you by your 2 friends who are in the front seat, Dia and Sero. They don't seem to have noticed it.
Okay. Last question. How close are the iconoclasts or the silence guys? Because I'm nervous about that.
Oh, yeah. They are somewhere here in the docking bay. You feel the presence of a few of them.
Oh, no.
The shadows are moving between the different areas of the bazaar. This is one of those docking bays where it's always busy because some of the freighters don't want to pay to go to an actual market, so they'll just set up stalls like right outside, move things out, and start selling it at a pretty hefty discount. And so there's a lot of traffic, and you feel the presence, you feel the eyes of the shadows among them.
Okay. Not so great. Okay, I will tell everybody what I've just found out about the Wookiee and about posing as somebody we're not. And I will keep the info about the silence about myself to myself because most people aren't that aware of them.
Mateo, when you get that little bit of info, you are able to pick out the Wookiee. She's not really hiding. Security through looking scary with a big bowcaster is her general MO. Also, she does carry a very large vibro sword slung across her back.
And she just looks like she's hanging out. She's not like, necessarily doing anything in the moment, just keeping an eye on things, it seems.
Correct.
All right. So I feel like what I want to do is interesting. All right. And so they're just keeping an eye on the doorway. All right. I feel like I need to like create some kind of a distraction then for this Wookiee. And so I'm going to be like, I mean, everything's pretty chaotic right now, right? There's like a lot going on. So I feel like I should be able to create some kind of distraction here. But this Wookiee, can I, maybe I want to analyze this Wookiee or something. I kind of want to like figure out like what are they, try and figure out what they're paying attention to so I can like, set up some kind of a, distraction for them or something.
Okay.
What do you think I should approach that?
So we have a few options. The first one is if you wanted to probe, pay attention, study, or examine someone's reactions during an interaction. If you want to probe, you need to actually be talking with Ruvu,
okay,
to be able to engage that move. You can also analyze. There are a few questions in there that might work. And then you could, if you wanted something specific, you could try to lift the veil, which is piercing the constant illusion of the veil, searching for information. It's kind of our open your brain type deal.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's what I want to do.
And then just to kind of move a little bit forward, because you were talking about trying to do a distraction, there's also a move called divert that I think you're going to end up leaning into that. But if you analyze effectively, you can get a +1, or also if you talk to her and you could get a hold to maybe even not even need to divert. So there are your options. Sorry, it's a lot.
Yeah. I'm also like looking at my cybernetics, and I have like a gazillion cybernetics, but they're almost all like perceptual cybernetics. I don't have any cybernetics that seem to like do anything. I'm thinking like maybe I should have chosen a cybernetic that would allow me to actually like do something.
Well, that's an excellent opportunity for you to upgrade.
See, yeah. Although I do have oh, interesting. Okay. I do think I have no, I didn't even take that one. Oh, that's right. I have an upgrade move, right? Like I could try and like upgrade right now.
Do it.
Yeah. All right. That sounds awesome. So, yeah, I think what I want to do is like I see this Wookiee there, and I feel like they're watching this ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to distract them with something else that's going on. I feel like, I mean, what else is a Wookiee going to care about? They're probably going to care about another Wookiee. I'm looking for like another Wookiee around somewhere in the dock. Are there like some other Wookiees around?
Yeah, we'll say that there's another Wookiee who just appears to be a porter of one of the others. So they just kind of move stuff. They're sitting in front of the open gangway of a tramp freighter that's parked here, and they're selling some kind of foods that have come from an off planet. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna like be like, okay, hey, hold on a minute here. I'm gonna go create a distraction, and I'm like pointing over to this Wookiee bounty hunter, right? And then I'm gonna go up to this other Wookiee, this like this porter, and I want to start talking to them and see if I can basically like get them, figure out how I can get them to go up to the bounty hunter, or to somehow create a distraction that this bounty hunter might get distracted by.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna like start chatting him up. I'll just start being like, hey, tell me about this thing that you're moving. Like it looks really heavy and it looks really important, and start getting him talking and try and figure out what their deal is.
Okay. It sounds like so this Wookiee is a little on the bored side. I think he's just working here. It's not like a great job for him. We'll call him Barua.
Uh-huh.
And Barua has a very thick accent. He's obviously not. Maybe this is as far as he's been on Coruscant. He's just like, yeah, just come in here. I'll offload stuff. Sometimes I go to a cantina. And this is all Wookiee. I hope you speak Wookiee. I assume Mateo's got some kind of ear upgrade to his. Oh, yes, your AI is translating.
Nice. Yes. Perfect. Yeah. So I've got my ear HUD, my EUD, my ear on display.
Yes.
EOD.
Once you hit up Sway, once you hit up Sway and see if you can sway him to go approach your enemy.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right. So, I think I'm going to do that with fear, because I think I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to get on this, or that something bad is going to happen again. So I'm going to use scared. And then there's a roll for party. Let's see here. All right, where are dice? I got a 7 + 1. That's an 8.
Okay, cool. On a 7 to 9, you choose 2 options from the list for that particular move. I'll drop it into chat in case you don't see those. Hopefully.
Okay, yeah. So let's see. You're going to owe them some serious cred. Your own obligation is in question now. You're going to need to give them something new now instead of later. You need to do them a favor first, or you need to give a piece of yourself to them, body or heart.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think for me, like giving them a piece of myself is actually it. I think there's like a piece of me, like one of my like cybernetic kind of things. I think I've got like some of my cybernetics, or maybe like, somewhat can be like taken off or whatever. Maybe I've got like a something that like he like wants, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, I like see him looking at some kind of like stabilizer on my arm that would totally makes it easier to like lift things, and he's like checking it out, and I'm like, oh, you could totally have this would fit you, and it would make your job so much easier, right? And I'm like, I'll give this to you.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So Baru was like, puts it on their arm and
and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, so that Wookiee over there, right? Like they're totally, they're completely causing trouble here on the docks. They're like looking for they're basically like looking to shut this down and create a bunch of chaos. It's gonna get in the way of everybody's jobs here. If you could like distract him for a minute, right, and just like go up there and just talk to him for about that, right? No, I don't say distract him, right? I'm just like, go like find out what that's about. Like, why is he causing so much trouble here on the docks, right? I mean, I figure you're a Wookiee. You can probably like, keep him from shutting this place down and threatening your own job, right? I mean, surely he'll talk to you about that, right?
Baru leans down and says, that beautiful one over there with a bowcaster?
Yeah, that one.
Do you see how she braids her hair? So dangerous.
Yeah, that's you can tell that just from the hair braids.
Of course.
Wow.
Okay, I'll go talk to her. He slaps you on the back a couple times.
Excellent.
Okay. This weird little Wookiee whistle as he's walking along. I think he's just got one of those like satchels slung around, and then lots of fur. And he'll be heading over to talk to your current the person who's in the way. I am curious though, Sloss, what are you doing?
Well, while Mateo is clearly taking care of the Wookiee, I think we should go and find some of these worker vests, because we have to look like we're at Walmart or whatever harbor carrying people.
Okay, that sounds good. So let's I think since you've already kind of scoped that out and you have the idea, what you find is it's not like they just have those vests lying around. So do you want to bribe one of the porters or a few of the porters to hand over your vests, or do you want to try to waylay them?
No, waylay. That sounds unharmonic. I will talk to Dia and Sarah because it's their gig, right? And they should go and bribe one of the quarters to give up their vest.
Dia's like, all this footing around, can't we just like jump in and get the stuff? Oh, all this planning and talking and look,
well, you
over there and
feel welcome to just walk in and then be blasted by the Wookiee or by the harbor authority if that is what you are aiming to. But if you want to go in, get stuff out, maybe do it a little more subtly. This is an opportunity to do it like that without any great disturbances.
And then you lay out a perfectly logical thing, and Dia just goes, fine. Let me see if I can bribe this guy. And she'll kind of prance over to wave over one of the, it's like an Aqualish. It's the guys that have the walrus face, you know, and she chats with him a little bit, kind of leans her hand over him, and you see her Leku moving around. Meanwhile, Sarah's like, "What? Why are you here again?"
Because the universe wants me to be.
Huh. No, like, did Mateo offer you a cut, or is he just paying you on the side out of his?
Mateo told me about the job, and I told him that I wanted in. And he never said anything that I couldn't be, so here I am.
Here you are.
Yes. I'm only interested in very old tech, though.
Oh.
You can keep the new stuff. I don't care about the new stuff.
And then you see the Aqualish take off his vest, and he hands it to her, and she like tries it on. And it just hangs. He's huge. He's like 6 feet tall, which I don't know how many of that is in meters, and she's like 5'5". So it just kind of hangs down. It's almost like a dress kind of thing, and she pirouettes a little bit on one foot and laughs and pats his chest, and he kind of holds up the jingle of the cred there, and he looks like he's going to head over and try to buy something from the thing. And she prances back, "Got mine. What about you guys?" And Sarah's like, Celeste has got the plan here. Lead the way. We're going to sneak around the other side and see if maybe we can avoid any entanglements.
I'll just follow you. Just say I have mislaid my vest. If you can vouch for me, that should be fine.
Dia says, "Well, I don't look like a common worker, Sarah. This is your job." And Sarah's like, "Fine." He puts the vest on, and then he'll start heading straight towards it. Mateo, you see that that Sarah and Dia's hanging back. She's just going to try to like patch into something with her little data pad and maybe keep an eye on things. But Sarah and Zlas are headed straight towards the Galax tram freighter. What are you doing, Mateo?
Nice. I'll go in with them.
Cool. So let's see if your diversion worked. You get a +1 on this because you set it up pretty well. So let's have you roll that divert. If you're successful, then you can make a few choices and possibly not have to deal with Ruvu at all. We'll see.
Okay, nice. Let's see.
There's a help or hinder for Zlas if you wanted to try to help or hinder this roll.
I absolutely want to help this roll.
Cool. So let's have you do that first. Sorry, I interrupted, Walter. I just realized there is that roll out there, and I want to make sure we had a chance. So on a hit, then Mateo will get a +1 or a -2, your choice. You just say how you're helping and roll. I think we've got a pretty good idea, but is there anything else you want to add to that?
I mean, no, I think the way I'm helping is that trying to keep everybody calm and unexcited, and that's how I'm helping.
Awesome.
And yeah,
So you're being peaceful then?
I guess I'm being peaceful right now. Yes, peaceful seems okay. What is my score?
It's a 0.
It's a 0. Okay, I'm not a peaceful person, but right now it seems most appropriate. Yes, I've got a 9.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, that gives a +1. But you're exposed to the danger, retribution, or cost. So there you go. So Mateo, you get a +1 to your roll to divert. Go ahead and tell us what emotion is fueling this, and what's it look like as you. Well, we know a little bit, but yeah, I know we've got a hard out for some people, so we're trying to push things a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely. So I think I'm mad because this Galaxo corporation, I think they've like foiled my attempts to take their stuff in the past, and I'm like, God damn it, they like have all this good stuff. They owe me. I'm gonna get it this time. So I'm gonna roll. Boom, boom. Oh wait, nope, I hit the wrong button. Let me try again. Bling. Okay, I got. Ooh, I think with my bonus that is a 9. No, an 11. I got an 11.
Oh, perfect. All right, on a 10 plus, you get 3 options from the divert move.
Okay. 3 options from the divert move. Yes. Let's see then. So, there it is. So, your actions create an opportunity for you or someone else.
Absolutely.
Glean a flaw or weakness. They become confused or flustered. You're able to slip away. All right. So, I think, let's see. Well, wait, divert. Let's see. When you engage with someone in an attempt to distract, misdirect, or otherwise direct attention to yourself or elsewhere. So the idea is, so this is the diversion is like, we're essentially talking about how, like that other wiki.
Yeah, that's where you sent Barua over there.
Yeah.
And so how effective that is. Yeah.
Yeah. So somehow this moved. So, excuse me. So I'm going to say, yeah, the actions create an opportunity for us to get onto the ship, I think would be part of the idea. Oh, well, I can pick 3.
Yeah, pick 3.
Let's see. So I think then I think that this other person will become like flustered or confused. This wiki keeping guard.
Sure.
And then I can also I'd like to glean a flaw or weakness about this Guardian Wookiee. How's that sound? This
nice. Cool. So to keep things moving along, because unfortunately I did a poor job of managing time. Leandro, thank you for playing with us. I know you've got a hard out in 2 minutes, so I just want to say that out loud. So you're able to, your diversion works like a charm. You realize now that Vrua, this is a weakness of hers, that evidently she can get distracted by handsome Wookiee males. And so also she didn't seem super dedicated to this. This seemed like a non-contract thing, some credit thrown her way. So we will fast forward to Zlas and Mateo. The two of you come on to Galax. You're able to kind of sneak away from the couple of porters that are still working, and you find a number of crates of stuff. And I think just based off of time, we are going to have Zlas, you, as you guys are basically picking a few things to take off the ship, you get the distinct impression that there is one of the iconoclasts here. You're not sure if they came aboard following you or if they were here all along and drew you to them. And you see their shadow moving along the wall as you guys are looking through stacks of crates with a data pad trying to identify what's what. Cero is pulling things off. He doesn't see what's going on. I just want to see what is Zlas's reaction as they become aware that the iconoclast is here.
I think they're scared. I think they'll just grab some crate or something, trust in the cosmos, I guess, and get out of there as quickly as they can.
And then Mateo, you see Sloss trying to just take off randomly. Like you're not entirely sure why they're doing that. What do you do, Mateo?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, I'm so busy looking for things that I don't even know if I have time for that. I'm like, Sloss, where are you going?
You gotta go. I see you. If I find something valuable, I give you two.
All right, I'll catch up with you later. I'm bye. I'm just dedicated. I'm like looking around. I'm scanning stuff. I'm not going to give up this opportunity.
Awesome. And so we'll cut there with the two of you parting with a shadow moving behind Mateo that he doesn't even see. You get a chill on the back of your neck, but whatever. It's no big deal. And then we will bring our session to a close there with that little bit of cliffhanger. It is now fully time, friends. So if anyone needs to go, like Leandro did, please do. So yeah, that thing totally is after. That's totally exactly what's going to happen. But if you could, just because I haven't run the Veil in Star Wars, if anybody has some time to give some quick bits of feedback, Roses and Thorns, I'd appreciate it. If anybody needs to go, we're at time. So go ahead and go. So I'll pause. And we'll do a little bit of belief stuff. So let's take a look at the beliefs. I'll circle back and talk to Leandro about Nina's. Let's look at Iskry here. You have to beat my... Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I need more beliefs. I think I have one involving Zlos. I'm just not sure how yet.
Okay. Well, if we want to declare it at the beginning of next session, we can think about what you did during this session to potentially fulfill it. But I definitely see the one you've got there. Help your people preserve what you can of Addissonia. That sounds great. And you definitely hit that. So let's give you an XP for that.
Okay. Yeah, I came up with like an explanation for that because like the wayward options are super vague. So I had to be like, okay, how do I make this literal and actionable? And I decided that, the Addisonians have some seeds and genetic material from those gigantic trees that covered their world, and they are trying to propagate like the seedlings somewhere hidden down in the depths of Coruscant. And the mature ones back home were sentient. These seedlings are not. So we have been feeding them memories. That's why memories are the thing.
Oh, that's
until they can get their own, hoping that they will become sentient.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So you've got some tree that's planted down.
Mm-hmm. A whole bunch of little tiny seedlings that may someday grow to cover Coruscant, which would be a problem for people on Coruscant, I'm sure.
That is really cool. I like that a lot. Good. So you definitely hit an XP for the belief that we do have defined for Iskry, and it's probably going to end up being 3 XP for you. It's going to get you in trouble next time, I'm sure. So that'll be good. Awesome. And so Mateo, let's take a look at your see if we got any beliefs for you. Mysterious tech will save humanity through cyber integration. That motivated you for sure.
Yeah. And then another belief I took was Darth Vader is the ideal human form, and I will try to emulate it.
Okay. Well, being so desperate to get this technology, let's give you, and you definitely were trying to get Zlos to upgrade. So let's give you a couple of XP for hitting each of those beliefs there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then let's go with Zlos and your beliefs. Hey, look at you have 3. I'm so proud of you.
I have no idea if these are good beliefs or bad beliefs. So I ran for...
Cool. I am going to say...
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
You go ahead. I was just babbling.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, dreams are signs that show us the way to perfect harmony. That was a very big influencer on your play. Mm-hmm. So let's give you an XP for that. Suffering comes from being out of harmony, but should be resolved, not avoided.
Nah, didn't hit that. Don't
but
think
I think
so.
Overcoming the silence and avenging the choir. I think you got in a little bit of trouble with this silence, right? Your iconoclast is
Yeah.
coming after you. You knew it was
Yeah.
there. You didn't avoid it. So let's give you a couple
Yeah.
more. So a total of 3 XP
Okay.
for you.
Cool.
Cool. All right. So let's hit these quick and dirty roses and thorns. Primarily, I'm interested in thorns. Are there any points of this game that are still confusing for you or problematic? Bethany, are there any aspects of this game, our little hack of it, where you're like, please, Rich, let's talk about X or Y before at the beginning of next session, or things you need me to research or make sure that it's clearer?
No, I think like I said, I was trying to make things more concrete in this session, but I think I've got it. Yeah, if anything occurs to me, I'll ask, but I think
Okay, good. I really appreciate it. Good. And then I'll ask the same question of you, Walter. Any points of confusion still, or things where things it just doesn't line up for you?
No, yeah, I think everything seems really good. I'm super excited about the NPCs you brought in. Yeah, I like how everything's fitting together so far.
Good. Okay. And then Sabine, what about you?
I have no idea how the cyber implant things work.
Okay.
What do I use them for? How do I get them into the fiction?
Yeah, that was a good thing. Like I had like a camouflage tag that I was kind of thinking I could use. I didn't need it for getting into the ship, but I was like, it wasn't obvious to me how that would like be used in that scene.
So the way that I have utilized cybernetics in the previous times I've run the Veil is that the cybernetic tags are effectively narrative permission to engage in a move with a thing that a normal person may not be able to.
I don't even know what the positive tags are.
Okay, cool. Then I'll get you some more cybernetic stuff for next time.
Please do.
And maybe during the intervening week, I can bounce a few bits of information to you, so you don't have to do it at the top.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I have some ideas what they do, the cybernetic things that I have, but I have no idea how to translate these into
Absolutely,
rules.
That is totally fair. Thank you for that feedback. Awesome. And then I'd like to go out on something happy, so let's do some quick roses. Sabine, did you have any roses you want to hand out for the game?
Yeah, sure. Roses for everyone. Have a rose, be a badge. No, I'm sorry. Yes, I like the setting and Coruscant, the cyberpunk, that it lends itself to cyberpunk, this gigantic megalopolis or thing or whatever. And I love the idea of Iskri, who is the druid. And I also like the idea of Mateo, I like General Grievous, only not as well integrated into power structures, I guess. More out for themselves. And also like Nina. I hope we will see more of Nina and her murderous little buddy.
Hey, you hand me an assassin droid. What am I supposed to do? This person wants to go kill someone, right? I don't feel bad. I feel weird.
No, it was an awesome assassin droid. Thank you for that.
Cool. Thank you very much, Sabine. Circle back to Walter. What roses did you have?
Yeah, like big roses to you, Rich, for like throwing all of these cool NPCs at us right in the beginning and really making the world come to life. Naomi and Dia and these Wookiees and the owner of the bar, like all of these were great. And the droid VK7 whatever. I love how they've got their own motive. So that was like definitely a high point. And then I love everybody's character. I'm super excited to see how we're all going to keep interacting. Roses all around.
Good. And then Bethany, what roses did you have?
I guess I have rose for the whole idea, because like this never would have occurred to me that like cyberpunk and Star Wars don't seem compatible to me right at first, and then you're like, oh, Coruscant, yes, that is the one Star Wars place where cyberpunk would work. So and I really like the Veil, and I really like Star Wars, and the mashup I'm really excited about. And also, yeah, these characters are awesome. I really want to see more of them like interacting and conflicting with each other.
Me too. Quick roses for all of you. First of all, for kind of helping to shave off the edges so this square peg could fit into the round hole. I really like the things that you guys were bringing into your characters, the motivations. Walter, thanks for just like jump in. Like I'm super motivated to go after Gauss computers and like working in a little bit of immediate backstory. Sabine for being lost and the opening scene with like interpreting a dream for a Sullustan. I adored that. That was such a neat little pocket look into how Zlos does works within the world. Iskri's conversation with Naomi, that like I don't know, Bethany, maybe I hope it was like that felt like a really cool connection. Like I felt that the two of them had a shared history, and that was good. Like I actually kind of felt like, oh, I see the closeness between the two of them. Like, and you did it in just a few seconds. It was really, really great. That was
good. That was what I was going for, but I'm glad it worked.
Yeah, I was like drawn in. Like I kind of stepped out of GM role and was like, oh yeah, totally see the scene in my head. So thank you for that, Bethany. That was really great. And Leandro's interaction with our assassin droid was delightful. And I can't wait to see where that goes. So we'll close it out here. We've got a little bit over time. Thank you for being forbearing and forgiving there. And we will see you guys next week. And I'll go ahead and end the broadcast here. Cool. And